Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Broken Sword, the Shadow of the Templars. And we finally figured out that the Templars do play a role in this game. So we've got a ton of people here that we can potentially talk to. And I'm hoping this doesn't end up being a really long amount of conversations. I kind of have a thought on what I'm supposed to do anyways, but let's start with the bartender.
Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
Do I want a room? Sure.
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could, if you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the Undertaker comes to collect him.
Interesting. Let's ask about the killer clown.
Have you served any, clowns recently?
No. You're the first today.
I don't know. He doesn't even... I guess if I want to actually ask about Khan, I need to click on the picture of him and not the picture of the clown.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Oh, no. I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and worn with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
So, I wonder if I could just continuously order beers. Nope. Let's now ask him about all this stuff.
Here's something which might interest you.
It doesn't.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
That's disgusting.
Uh-huh. I found it in the sewers.
Well, what's the idea of waving it around in my face? You're worse than old Ron. Put it away, man.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
We're just gonna click through
Do you
all the
recognize
items
this matchbook?
No, sir.
over and over again.
Do you recognize the name on this card?
No. Should I?
Nah, it was a long shot.
So we're just kind of wasting our time here.
May I borrow this towel?
Sure you can. On one condition.
What's that?
You keep it away from old Ron.
Who's Ron?
That's him in the corner. With the hygiene problem.
So this guy who's been spitting.
Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahoney, it develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism? Dial.
Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Never mind.
So I don't know if this Father Mahoney even shows up in the game.
Hey, bartender?
Landlord, if you don't mind.
Sorry. Shake my hand, why don't you?
Now, why should I do that? What have you got up your sleeve?
Nothing. Come on, just shake my hand.
Not just now, mister. I have to be careful on account of the health restrictions.
Aw, jeez.
Nobody's falling for this. Which is actually probably accurate. Like, very few people are gonna shake your
Look,
hand if you
I gotta be
ask
going.
them to. However, quite a lot of people will shake your hand if you just stick your hand out there. So we've got this guy, we've got these two, which may very well be the same conversation pieces. I guess we'll just go through them all.
Hi, my name's Stobbart, George Stobbart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
I think it's probably not worth it to click on all these items, but let's just keep asking questions.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself? No, I don't. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
Let's ask him, what is this supposed to mean?
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Oh,
Only
excavation.
that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology, Pat. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons and flavored condoms, more likely.
So a JCB, if you're not familiar with this, just a brand of a mostly farming equipment, construction equipment. It's what you might call a cat in the United States, because that's a brand too. And it's a dirt digger, big machine. And since it's a brand, JCB could be any of those several items. Let's continue clicking.
Did anyone from the village work at Pegram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve. Hadn't I done
Incompetent.
more hopes than the rest of them put together?
So, not really talking much. Personally, I am. Gosh, I'm not really talking correctly either. As long as I'm going through all of this, I guess I'm just gonna go into being mostly silent. We'll just try to quickly get through all this.
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He just joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellas yourself?
Yes.
That's right, Professor Stobbart, Miskatonic University.
You're an archaeologist, and you're asking us about the castle.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien. The gentleman was talking to me. How come you didn't leave with the others?
I didn't know they'd gone.
Oh, yes. Packed their spades and shovels and away they went.
Seems I missed all the excitement.
What excitement?
Keep on clicking.
What do
on
you make of
things.
this tool?
It's for lifting manhole covers.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
No, boss.
Does this security pass mean anything to you?
Well, no.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No.
What do you think of this towel?
Now, there's a fine piece of cloth if ever I did see one. Such craft must surely come from linen cupboards of the Vatican itself.
What does this false nose mean to you?
No, you're a clown.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
And finally, we'll try to electrocute him.
May I shake your hand?
No, you can't.
Well, how come?
Because I'll spill me beer if you do.
Bye for now.
So that's one conversation done. Can we talk to this guy now and have to ask the same questions?
Hello there. My name's George Stobbart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. Heimo Brain. Can I help you?
So, I think the case here is that without the director's cut added on scenes, which I haven't seen any in Act 2 here when we got to Ireland at all, it would be kind of difficult to add anything extra to this if all the director's cut is going to revolve around Nicole. The original game of Broken Sword probably was a little bit desperate to stretch things out And so that's why we've got 5 people here when we really didn't need 5 people. You could have probably merged all 6 of the people in this room down to 1 or 2 just to save effort and time.
Have you heard of the Phantom?
More than that. I've seen it. And let me tell you, it's a dreadful spectre.
So it's not just a local legend. There really is a Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh no, I was talking about the Phantom of the Opera.
I'm not a huge fan of the Phantom of the Opera. The songs are pretty good, but they're not great. Moving forward,
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
I most certainly have. A remarkable institution. Did you know? They were the originators of our system of credit. Their financial empire stretched from the Atlantic to the Caspian Sea. With bases in so many countries, they had to establish new methods of fiscal transfer.
So, the Knights Templar were nothing but a bunch of bankers.
I don't get it. Are you saying these Templar guys invented bank charges?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose they did.
What a dirty trick. Didn't anyone try to stop them?
Oh yes, they were arrested and many were burnt at the stake.
Good. They bloody well deserved it if they were anything like my bank manager.
I was about to say the same thing.
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine sight now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
So let's continue asking about the castle, I suppose.
How can I get into the castle?
But those walls were built specifically to stop people getting in, Mr. Stobbart. But I dare say you'll find a way, if you've the will.
Ask about the tripod.
Can you tell me about the tripod which was found at the castle?
Now there's a bone of contention and controversy. It was dug up by an Englishman of the archaeological persuasion.
Who was this Englishman?
Professor Pegram, the same man who dug up the gem.
The gem. Interesting.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that, but he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
So let's continue asking about Pegram, then we'll talk about the landlord.
Do you know where Pegram has gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dawn.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmarn. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down, we can get back to normal.
This gem is the first time I've ever heard about it.
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
No.
Oh no.
Thank the Lord for that.
Why has Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill. Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
Can you tell me more about the landlord?
Mick Leary? He's what you call a would-be sophisticated. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
So let's ask about all these stupid items.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
I'd say it was for lifting manhole covers.
So I guess the good news is we're probably only going to pick up maybe 1 or 2 more items. I wouldn't be surprised if we've actually hit the maximum you can actually get right now. Not that we'll find something that you can pick up and not be able to pick it up because the inventory is full, but that eventually some of these things will disappear and we'll free spaces up for more.
What can you tell me about this ID pass?
Gruber Electronics. I've never heard of it.
What do you make of this tissue?
I guess that muck on it is grease paint.
It's almost like these people are here to reinforce things you might have missed playing the game elsewise, but that seems unlikely. I guess that could be the idea, is that each of these people are saying something that's kind of inconsequential but also sort of helpful, and they're replacing people from France that would have said the same thing or similar things. Maybe.
Does this red nose suggest anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The design is Middle Eastern, I'd say.
So we've been told twice that this is Middle Eastern design, so we're going to probably end up in a Middle Eastern city at some point, maybe.
Does this towel mean anything to you?
Sure, it's one of Leary's towels. Are you planning on stealing it?
Just borrowing it, if you must know. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nope, I've never seen him before.
And shake his hand.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Mr. O'Brien.
Oh, no you don't.
Goodbye for now.
So hopefully this guy won't talk to me because he's playing.
He wasn't listening.
Thank goodness for that. That then only leaves us with 2 more characters, and at this rate we may very well spend 30 minutes or at least 25 minutes just talking to everybody in this bar.
My name's George.
Pleased to meet you, mister. My name's Fitzgerald.
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Seems like the music changed, so maybe this is the guy we're supposed to talk to, and maybe I'll have to get him a beer to get him talking.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little uns fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
He's the archaeologist, isn't he?
That's right. Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
Interesting. Let's ask him about all these objects then.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Something to do with horses?
Wrong. It's for opening manhole covers.
Oh, really? Well, you learn something every day.
Check out this pass.
Thomas Merlin? No, never heard of him.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No.
Ever seen this towel before?
Doesn't it belong on the bar?
Very observant, Fitzgerald.
Hmm.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
Nothing.
What does this red nose suggest to you?
Blood.
Why's that?
I used to bleed a lot when I was a kid. Every time there was a playground scrap, I'd end up with a bloody nose. I wouldn't have minded, but I wasn't even involved in the scraps.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
Shake my hand.
It's a trick, isn't it?
Damn it, you're right. I can't seem to fool anyone. See you later.
So there is something I'm supposed to do with this guy. Either make him pass out by getting him a beer, or scare him some other way. He seems pretty scared already. But at least I don't have to talk to him. Let's talk to this guy who's just coughing and coughing
there,
into the
old-timer.
air.
What? Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said, it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. 'Tis the hay fever.
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
So he has hay fever. Let's offer him a beer, I guess.
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochbarn Castle is haunted.
That's
So
what the kid outside
3
told me,
people
but I
have
don't
said
believe
it's
it.
haunted.
Then you're a fool.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure. With me very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast. Long beak. Straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
Skunk. In Lochbarn? That'll be the day. No. That was a ghost, to be sure.
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh.
Oh, so they both looked at each other, thought the other was a ghost. Interesting theory.
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
It sounds like he wants to strangle somebody.
Can you identify this tool?
No,
You could make use of this tissue.
never use them. Those things are unhygienic.
Take a look at this ID card.
I don't know anything about it.
What does this matchbook mean to you?
Nothing. Go away and stop bothering me.
Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
What does this red nose mean to you?
Nothing.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
I can't tell without me glasses.
Hey, would you like to shake my... no, on second thought, forget it. I'll see you later.
So, nearly 23 minutes, maybe 20 minutes of conversational gameplay has been dedicated to talking to every single person here. And it really didn't solve anything or add anything to it. We may have something new to talk about to the landlord, though. But it's really just a
Excuse me.
stretch.
Yes, sir?
All I can do is order a beer.
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven.
So
Look,
I don't think
I
I
gotta
can,
be going.
I don't think I could get drunk or anything. So we've got this
It was a
electricity
featureless
box.
plastic box, firmly attached to the wall of the building.
So let's see if we can use this on the box to open it. Nope. Let's see if we can use this on the box to electrocute it. Nope. And that tells me...
I tugged at the plastic cover, but it didn't move.
And then this on that. Nope. So unless there's something new with
Hey,
this kid,
McGuire.
What?
let's ask about the excavation site and ask about the beer towel.
Do you know anything about Pegram's Dig?
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered to help, but he chased me off. I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
Did anyone from the village work at the dig?
Pegram brought some students and bums with him. He reckoned no one in Lochmarn would know what to look for. The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald says he's never been anywhere near the dig.
He's having you on, mister.
So we got some new information there.
What do you make of this, kid?
Hey, that's one of Leary's towels. He'll skin you alive.
That old windbag doesn't scare me. Anyhow, I'm only borrowing it.
You're pretty cool, mister. For an old guy.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
So more conversation I think maybe is necessary with Fitzgerald. We'll come back to this guy and see if anything new can be said.
Hi, it's me again.
So I see. What now?
Nothing.
Have you any use for this towel?
Whatever gave you that idea? Oh dear me, no.
I have to go now.
So one would assume it's not as simple as just using the bar to pry the door open. We could see if maybe we could start a fire with the hay bale. But if that was the case, there would be something to click on, and there isn't. So I know I'm supposed to talk to Fitzgerald. And almost certainly I'm supposed to cause some havoc in the bar. Turn off the electricity, unlock this grate, and steal some alcohol, probably with the help of this kid. Because then that's the only explanation for the kid hooligan being outside. But otherwise, I'm kind of not even certain what my goal is. Sean Fitzgerald is hiding something, but I can't figure out exactly what. Interesting. And it's taken us an entire recording just to talk to people. You can definitely feel that they wanted this to just be a conversation piece element of the game. Just use this section as a way of slowing down the action and not having any puzzles or anything like that. We're still technically only 35% according to the game's internal metrics, but I think if we go back and talk to Fitzgerald in the next recording, we'll probably knock it up at least a little bit. That's going to be it for this recording, though. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. I hope that helps out. If you want to support me further, go to my main YouTube page. On the right there's a button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.